Alright, on our new loop. Let's see what trouble we can get into here. Everything goes dark and you die. We brought the prisoner to her.
You're on a path in the...
Now let's see. Viva la Revolucion!
Spirit. You make your way up the short path to the cabin.
There's a few things.
Within.
There's a few things I want to try. And both of them involve getting into combat. Yes. I'm gonna progress this a little quicker. You need this. You need to do this right.
Take the blade from the table. It'd be rather difficult to slay the princess and save the world without it.
Enter. Pleasant music stops when we enter the cabin.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase
I have to say that we gotta say the thing.
Unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her voice carries up the stairs.
Who's there?
Alright, let's go. I think I'm gonna kill you?
Oh, are you now? Why don't you come down and let me take a look at you?
Great job. You gave away the element of surprise. Good luck, hero. You walk down the stairs.
Alright.
And lock up. She's so coldly beautiful.
Yet the other chain is there too.
She's really a threat to the world.
You weren't kidding when you said you were here to kill me? Yeah, it wasn't a joke.
I know. You brought a knife with you and everything. But you don't have to try and kill me. You could always toss that scrap of metal to the ground and give the two of us a chance to talk things out.
She makes a compelling point. What if we didn't kill her? What if we just dropped the blade and talked? Don't you dare. It's fine. We can decide what we want to do after we talk to her. Maybe she really is a monster, but killing someone in cold blood isn't very becoming of us.
Tighten your grip.
You ignore the trembling in your hands and tighten.
You poor thing.
You step forward.
Oh? No talking then. I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right? And if that knife is the... So, you should just drop it. Best not to risk finding out what I can do.
I'm really curious. What can you do?
If you hesitate now, it'll be too late. End this.
Oh, okay. Are you sure she's not armed?
I'm positive. I'm not. But we'll keep our eyes peeled. If she has a weapon, she'll have to draw it before she can use it.
Hesitating? Why don't you drop the knife and the two of us can be civilized with each other?
Well, when you put it like this, Slay.
You charge the princess, blade in hand, but unfortunately your earlier suspicions proved correct.
Ah!
A blade of her own slips down her sleeve and catches you in the neck. Blood sprays from the cut, your severed carotid artery painting the princess with strokes of
Where'd you
red.
get that thing?
You'd better finish your task quickly before you run out of time.
Well, guess I'll
Are
die.
you serious? The wound in your neck is too much for you to bear, and you collapse to the floor of the basement, rapidly bleeding out. The princess stands over you with an intense curiosity as you fade away.
Oops.
Everything goes dark, and you die.
Well, that went well. Good start, gang. The razor.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
He's going to kill me again.
People don't die twice. You haven't even met the princess, and I hardly think she'd be capable of killing someone as skilled and courageous as yourself. If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. This whole thing's a crock of shit.
Oh, hello,
She's
cheated.
trying to pull a knife out of nowhere and stab us again. Stabbed to death? Well, you won't have to worry about that. The princess is unarmed.
Are you sure about
Yeah,
that?
that's exactly what you told us last time. When we asked you if you were sure she didn't have a weapon on her, you said you were positive she didn't. But it turns out she did, because when we charged her, she started stabbing us to death. Calm down. I assure you she has no weapons, so there's no reason to fear her. You were made for this job. You'll do just fine.
Literally made for this job.
Those are two very different questions, but
Alright.
fine. I'll indulge you if that's what it takes to get you moving.
New round of these
Let's say
questions.
for a moment that this really is the second time you've met me, or at least a version of me. You died last time, which probably only happened because you didn't listen to me.
Fair and fair.
We did exactly what you said. Sounds to me like you probably had some kind of elaborate nightmare, in which case I shouldn't be held accountable for what supposedly happened.
Stop gaslighting me.
Congratulations, you've been given a chance to actually do this right. And I believe your other question was something along the lines of, oh, what's the point of doing anything? If you're asking that, it sounds to me like you're making the rather dangerous assumption that your actions last time around didn't have any consequences. What do you mean? Of course there weren't any consequences. We were killed by the princess, and now everyone's right back to where they started. That sounds pretty consequence-free to me. Yes, but in this purely hypothetical scenario, that begs the question of how you got back here. Did time simply rewind itself, or were you instead transported to a different world entirely? If it's the latter, what do you think happened after you died? Do you think the people there lived happily ever after? Or do you think that the princess, left unhindered, brought about the end to everyone and everything, just like I told you she would? Screw this. Who cares what happened to everyone else? She's not going to play fair, so we should do what we can to save ourselves and just get out of here. At least you know not to trust her, but you do realize that everything and everyone includes you, right? If you turn around and leave, you're dooming yourself as well as everyone else.
So we probably can't leave this time because
She
we're
just
already...
caught us by surprise last time. She can't do that twice. So long as we're careful, we can win this. That's the spirit. Just keep that stiff upper lip, and you'll save the world in no time at all.
Yeah, like we can't wander off because... Very specifically...
And away we go. Good call. Seriously? You're just going to turn around and leave? Do you even know where you're going?
The only thing about this is where I'm not going. The cabin. I'm not going to the cabin.
Fine. I suppose you just quietly continue down the path away from the cabin.
Oh, would you look at that? It's the
It
cabin.
looks like this path also leads to the cabin. How convenient. Everything's back on track again. Maybe the world can still be saved after all. You're
Leave
really
again.
keen on wasting everyone's time, aren't you? It's remarkably selfish, if you ask me. I've already outlined the stakes of the situation. If you don't do your job, everyone dies. Like, dies. Forever. But fine, you turn around and trek back down the path you came.
Yep, and we're gonna get stopped.
Something isn't right. Can you still hear me? You're supposed to wind up back at the cabin again. But everything is getting fuzzy. What's going on? Where are we?
Ooh.
That son of a bitch flipped over the table, didn't he?
What around you is unwound, its physical matter replaced by a textured nothing. Find yourself in the long quiet once again. Memory returns. The distant rumbling, a sound of many sounds. Undulations pulse louder as something other comes close. You already know what dwells in the empty spaces. Healers probe across the fabric of reality. Extremities find your consciousness and wrap themselves around it. You are no longer alone. Confusion. Why are you here? I am unfinished. Resistance. Fingers drag claws across the glass surface of your soul. Frustration. This vessel is full of you. It is useless to us if it doesn't bring more gifts. Force pushing against your will. No, you cannot go back. Not there. Regret. This whole world is broken beyond repair. We must weave something new. Wagging finger. There's only so much thread in this place. Do not waste it. I am our only salvation.
You're on a path in the wood.
Okay, so we do get kicked out. We're going to get unkicked out. Let's talk about this princess. Never mind.
Great. Now, if you don't mind, the whole world is waiting with bated breath for you to save it from ruin.
Let's go.
A warning.
Yes,
She
yes.
will lie, she will cheat,
Cheat.
and
She will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she
It
says.
couldn't be more on the money. But we're really doing this, aren't we? I'd say you're lost, but I'm stuck here with you. We know what to look out for this time.
You know how to be careful. Jesus, sorry.
Just stay focused and you'll be fine.
Proceed.
The interior
Oh, wow.
of the cabin is a jagged mess of warped wood and broken boards, their splintered edges as uninviting as shattered glass. The only furniture of note is a pointed table with a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement.
You'll need it if you want to do this right. Approach the mirror.
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here.
The mirror is a reflection of our soul.
What are you talking about? This isn't a wall. It's a mirror. Or at least it'll be a mirror once we wipe off that layer of grime. You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now. But there was a mirror a second ago. Now it's gone. Yet another thing in here playing tricks on us. I hate this place.
It's only when we end up cracking the mirror that
You take
we.
the blade from the table. It will be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
It's only when we break the mirror of our soul that we fully unravel and break the mirror of our soul that we are finally able to talk to the narrator in the long quiet.
It feels a bit better to have a weapon in our hands. Let's make her hurt for what she's done to us.
Let's go. That door is mucked up.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing what must once have been stairs. The fractured slats look as if they've been torn from their source and violently jammed into the wall.
Concerning.
The air seeping up from below has an almost metallic quality to it, like the smell of fresh blood. And you can hear what sounds like the rhythmic scraping of metal coming from down below. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. That's right, scraping. I told you she has something, I told you. That sound could be anything. It's probably just her chains dragging across the floor. I am begging you to get out of your head.
You're in
Her
my head.
grating voice carries up the stairs.
I hope you've come to rescue me. I've been stuck down here forever.
There is something
Oh, no.
so wrong with that voice. Yeah, she thinks she's better than us, like she doesn't even have to put on an act this time.
She had the old jagged teeth last time.
As you descend
Oh,
the
hello.
final step, the form of the princess comes into view, her sharp eyes following you from across the room.
So innocent.
I wonder if she remembers us.
Again with a second broken chain.
Finally, somebody. Quick, get me out of these chains. We're not safe here.
Come on now, we're not falling for that, are we? She's trying to trick us, but she can't hide that threatening edge to her voice. She just wants us to get close, to let our guard down. If she sounds threatening, it's because her mask is already slipping. She knows why you're here. You are armed, after all.
What are you waiting for? You are here to rescue me, right?
That's a lot to do here. Yeah, I'm not trusting this. Bye.
It's boring if you leave.
She's bored? That's absurd. She doesn't get to be bored. Not in a way that matters. She's a prisoner. She's... In a sudden burst of
Hello!
movement, the princess leaps towards you, a blade erupting from her free arm, her wrist limp and empty from the violent expulsion. Huh. So I guess she did have a knife of her own after all.
She's the bone of her sword.
Conciliatory of you. We appreciate it, really. Now what are we going to do? At least we're safe here. She's still in chains. And those chains stop her from continuing her advance, at least for a moment. She looks down at them with something between annoyance and confusion. And then she slices through her arm. Okay, maybe we aren't safe here.
We're in danger.
She doesn't even hesitate before darting towards you with a terrifying speed you can't hope to outpace. Ah, shit. Okay, she's down an arm and we still have a weapon. I guess we'll have to use it. And use it to do. But unfortunately for you, and for the entire world, you are horribly outmatched. You keep pace with her for a single brief and wordless exchange before she severs your hand and, with it, your only line of defence.
So innocent.
She's even better at this than she was last time. Bloody cheater.
I'm going to kill you now.
And with a squelch, she does just that. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Rewind time. Come on, button. Alright. I come closer to you, you're just gonna stab me, aren't you?
What? No, I wouldn't stab you. I am just a sweet, innocent princess trapped here for no reason. And you
Look,
are
she's
the
so trustworthy,
brave
look at
one
her.
who's supposed to walk up to, not stabbing distance to help me.
I have absolutely zero doubts that she is going to stab us if we get close to her. She certainly feels threatening. Just because she's acting like she's going to stab you doesn't mean she has the means to actually do it. But you know who is armed? You. So stop second-guessing yourself and do your job.
You fool, narrator.
I'm nervous. All the more reason to jump into the deep end and deal with her right now before you waste any more time getting stuck in your head.
Do you remember what happened last time?
Last time? If someone came into my house and tried to kill me and I cut his neck open, surely I would remember that.
But I don't. No, man. I don't remember any of
I
that.
don't remember it, so it must not have happened.
It's totally unknown. Nothing strange here.
There you go again, talking up delusions about a past life experience that clearly didn't happen. Ugh, it's like the two of you are working together on this. Aren't you listening to her? She's obviously lying through her teeth. I'm terrible at spotting lies, and even I can tell something's up here. We can't be the only ones that looped back to the start. Someone else has to remember, right? Yes, something is obviously up, and we can all tell that she's lying. The thing she's lying about is how dangerous she is, not dimension hopping or time travel or whatever it is you think you're doing.
That's exactly what happened, so you do remember it.
Would I just lie? Would I just lie to your face and tell you a thing I remembered happening didn't happen just so I could stab you again?
Nah,
I mean,
never.
just so I could stab you for the first time.
Aha! She slipped up there. She said again, and her taking it back doesn't count.
No take backsies.
Do you hear how deranged you sound right now? Please stop dawdling. This is only going to end with violence. Postponing the inevitable is only going to make it worse for you when it actually happens.
Okay, this is kind of absurdly silly. I know you have a knife. I'll let you out of here if you drop it.
A knife? What are you talking about? I don't have a knife. Where would I keep a knife? And why would I stab you to death? I don't know you. You haven't given me a reason to stab you to death. It would be so silly of me to cut you open and look at your insides.
Okay, I could have sworn we didn't mention stabbing anyone to death. Sounds like she's really out for blood. Fortunately for you, she isn't armed.
She has 2 full arms. Prove it to me then. Prove that you don't have a knife.
It would be so much easier to prove that I do have a sharp object. I could just show it to you. But I don't have one, so I can't.
Hey, don't flip the question.
The princess
Oh,
smiles
hey,
as she pulls
hands
her
up.
hands from behind her back.
But look at this! Hands! Hands that don't have anything in them to stab you with.
Hands that aren't concealing any sharp implements.
Her smile stretches into an even wider grin as she shakes her sleeves.
And empty sleeves, too. Look at how few stabbing implements I have. It's practically zero.
Practically zero. What if you're just hiding it somewhere secret?
I've shown you all of my hiding spots. What kind of princess do you think I am? I would never hide something sharp somewhere secret. Wait, that sounds like I'm lying, but I'm actually not. My secret zones are for me, only they have nothing to do with you or my intention to not stab you to death the second you get close to me.
This is so non-suspicious.
Her smile drops for a moment, her expression sharp and flat.
I assure you, there's nothing hidden there.
It's when I say non-suspicious and suspicious in the weirdly specific reference, but in the Mario Maker 2, in the Mario Maker sense, where you make a non-suspicious setup by throwing like a bunch of fish in one bit of area that conceals a pipe, and you run into the pile of fish, go into the pipe, and get horribly killed.
I'm inclined to believe
Non-suspicious.
her on that one. She seems serious. Of course, but that doesn't mean that she doesn't have something hidden somewhere. We know for a fact she's armed.
And dangerous. I have to trust you, but you're being so suspicious right now.
That's so rude of you, passing judgments on strangers you've never met just because they're different from you. How would you like it if I did that, huh? Silly little Birdface thinks he's so serious
Birdface?
coming down here but doesn't know anything. Thinks he can tell me to get rid of all the knives I don't even have while he gets to wave one around right in front of me. I bet you didn't like that, did you? I bet you didn't like being judged for no reason.
How many more times does she have to vaguely threaten you before you finally decide you're ready to deal with her? We're clearly still figuring out our angle. We don't have the luxury of watching this from a distance. Oh, I'm sorry, do you think I'm in a position of luxury right now?
Yes.
You're acting like you are. My entire world is at risk.
Your world.
And maybe you should behave with a little more humility. A bit of self-deprecation would go a long way. No, I have my dignity. Fine, then we'll continue to treat you exactly how you deserve to be treated.
Can we just talk this through?
But we don't have anything to talk through. We're strangers and this place is cramped and annoying and you should just come over here and let me out.
I think I've said my piece at this point. I think we all have. But if you want to keep exhausting your questions, it beats getting stabbed to death.
I don't have the key.
Oh, you don't. Okay, I see. I have an idea. You should come over here and stare directly at the chains. You won't be able to find a key if you don't know what it's supposed to look like, so you better come right within close staring distance just to be sure.
And by staring distance, I mean stabbing distance. Wait, what? I didn't say that.
I'm bored now.
She's bored? That's absurd. She doesn't.
Oh, there's a question timer.
Not in a way that matters. She's a prisoner. She's... Shit. In a sudden burst of movement, the princess leaps towards you, a blade erupting from her free arm, her wrist limp and empty from the violent expulsion. Huh. So I guess she did have a knife of her own after all. How conciliatory of you. We appreciate it, really. Now what are we going to do? At least we're safe here. She's still in chains. And those chains stop her from continuing her advance, at least for a moment. She looks down at something between annoyance and confusion. And then she slices through her arm. Okay, maybe we aren't safe here.
Time to
She doesn't
run.
even hesitate before darting towards you with a terrifying speed you can't hope to outpace. Ah, shit. Okay, she's down an arm and we still have a weapon. I guess we'll have to use it.
Oh, we're gonna get utterly bodied beyond space and time. Rewind time. Look, I know you're mad at me, but I think we just both need to let bygones be bygones.
But I'm not mad at you, so please stop standing so far out of reach.
I have absolutely zero doubts that she is going to stab us if we get close to her. She certainly feels... Just because she's acting like she's going to...
Okay, so this is... What if we're both honest with each other? I was here to stop you defending the world, and you slashed my throat last time.
That doesn't sound like me.
There you go again, talking up delusion.
Nobody has to die.
Of course not. At least not now, because you're here to save me. But you'll have to
Totally.
come close.
How many more times does she have to
Alright, what are you gonna do if I let you out?
All sorts of things, which is why I think that's a great idea. I would love to not be chained up down here. Being chained up is so boring, and I crave fresh and
boring.
new activities to broaden my horizons.
Princess enrichment
Please
activities.
Don't let her out of here. Believe it or not, I think I'm actually with him on this. Okay, but what if all of this is just a misunderstanding? There has to be room for this to be a misunderstanding.
She's so non-suspicious standing like that. Screw it. Slay.
The princess falls silent, her smile unwavering as you charge across the room. Okay, she hasn't pulled out a knife yet, and her hands are still behind her back. I think we can do this. I think we can win. We just have to strike now, but make sure you keep your eyes on those hands. I don't trust her for a second.
Smart, cheated.
But your focus is broken by the horrible sound of metal slicing through meat. Whose meat? Not ours, right? Hers at first, then yours.
Hehe.
Ow! What did she even hit us with? You stare down at your chest and at the long, thin blade she impaled you with. And then the red, angry slit along the flesh of her thigh.
A thigh
where the
blade?
had been nestled just a moment ago. It's still lodged in her leg, emerging from her knee, hinging up and out of her body like some extra metallic limb.
Oh, sick.
Bullshit. Absolute bullshit.
You're going to die now.
With a twist of her knee and a painful squelch, she does just that. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Now, let's... One more thing I want to see here. Let's approach.
Of course I won't.
Against your better judgment, you walk across the room to within arm's reach of the princess. I don't like the way you said within arm's reach.
Me neither.
You hear the horrible sound of metal slicing through meat. Whose meat? Not ours, right? Hers, at first. Then yours. Your neck, specifically. Again? Really?
Hehe.
You collapse to the ground, your vision swimming as you attempt to focus on her bloody blade and the limp sack of flesh that was once her arm.
You're going to die now.
And with a quick jerk of her elbow, she does just that. Everything goes dark, and you die.
I think this is literally only one outcome here. Unless we, don't bring the blade.
You're on a path in the
Oh,
woods.
sick.
No, fuck that. If we're going to have to keep doing this over and over and over again, we're not starting in that goddamn woods every time. We're starting in the fucking cabin. You're what? The interior of the cabin is sharp, a constricting mess of curved and battered sheet metal pushing you towards... Wait, excuse me? What just happened? What did you just do? I feel dizzy. Oh ho ho ho! I guess I took us to the cabin, didn't I? Isn't that interesting? Who holds the cards now?
Oh yeah, we're taking back our agency.
It's getting smaller and smaller.
Hunted?
Running isn't an option anymore. We have to fight.
I don't remember you.
What's the point of
Ooh.
fighting if she's just going to win every time? It hurts being sliced to pieces. We're better off just sitting up here and doing nothing.
I think I remember getting broken, but I don't remember getting
Great,
her
so obviously
hunted.
You've already been here. How many times? This is our third? No wonder things have fallen apart. You do realize that every time you fail, she escapes and an entire world is damned to destruction, right? That can't be right. That's too much responsibility. I couldn't agree more. We couldn't be trusted with the fate of a single person, let alone the fate of the world. Let's just stay focused, shall we? The only furniture of note is a bent metal table, a pristine blade perched. We take it.
Oh, okay.
Okay, sure, you take the blade before letting me finish telling you it's there. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon. This feels right. We just have to keep our senses sharp.
Cheated's gonna take our
That's
agency,
right,
aren't
we've got to
we?
be able to win eventually. And what if we never do? So, are you just going to stand there, or are you going to head to the basement like you're supposed to? I'd love to get started just as much as you would, but how are we supposed to get down there?
Touch the mirror.
You walk through the door. You do know what doors are, right? But there isn't a door, it's just that mirror again. There isn't a mirror. You really messed things up, didn't you? It's like you can't even see reality anymore. I can feel the air coming up from behind it, stinking of iron and steel. He might be right. Could be a trick. If our other senses can't feel it, then we can't trust it.
Alright, approach the mirror.
You make your way to the door at the end of the room, stopping just in front of it. You really must think you're looking at a mirror. Well, it doesn't exist. Just reach forward and open it.
Let's just move it out of the way without looking. I don't want to see us. I'm sure we all look awful after dying twice.
Let's just fumble for the handle and be done with it. I don't care what we look like. I care about getting to the end of this mess.
Wipe the mirror clean.
You reach forward and place your hand on the door to the basement. It creaks open.
That's still a mucked
And
up
the mirror's
door.
gone. How surprising. It was never there. Just an illusion. Guess it's time for us to see her again.
Let's
Just
go.
Stay focused and you'll be fine.
Whoa.
Step forward, but you don't get a chance to linger on the basement stairs. They are smooth and flat and metallic, an unintentional and unfortunately slippery ramp that quickly sends you skittering to the bottom.
Super happy fun slide.
Your body tumbles onto the basement floor and the form of the princess comes into view, standing at a distance. She gives you a wry smile.
She looks mostly the same. That's interesting. Oh, we can access the memories here.
Hi, it looks like you don't have a way out, so I'm not going to play dumb anymore. But don't worry about how bad you did last time. That's part of the fun.
Fun for her, maybe. I didn't like dying all over again.
Yeah, that was,
Thinking about dying makes us as good as dead. The only thing that matters is survival.
the only way that we could have gotten out of there maybe is if we didn't bring the blade.
Actually, does survival matter? We've died twice and nothing bad has come of it. We just need to find a way to win once.
Oh, it's like, the Fury, where we just kept throwing ourselves at her over and over and over again until we no longer did. Until we no longer did. Good sentence.
Nothing bad has come of it yet. Plenty bad has come of it. You've left at least one entire world to ruin. The people there mattered. The past isn't real. There's only here and now. Your internal bickering is cut short by the wet sound of slicing meat. From the princess's arms erupt twin blades, glistening with her blood, the empty flesh of her arms flopping at her elbows like torn sleeves. The chain clatters to the floor. She's loose, and she is coming for you.
You're going to make me walk over to you, aren't you?
Shit. She's coming for us, and I'm out of ideas.
Oh boy. Alright, this is gonna be fun. Well, that's easy. That's easy. I'm gonna try flirting with her.
I've tolerated quite a bit from you, but this is a bridge too far. Please don't try romancing the princess. She wants to kill you. She's going to end the world if you don't stop her. Yeah, do we have to flirt with the murderous monster?
I mean, do you see those arms?
I'd rather not.
It's not like she wants us anyway.
I'm fine with it. Let's see where this goes.
Give her the look.
The look. The look. We've all used it. Yeah, do you not know about the look? Even I know about the look. You flash the princess the look. And a rosy blush rushes to the princess's cheeks as she breaks into a wide grin. Unbelievable.
Oh, is that how it is? Yeah, okay, I feel that. I like you too. Neat.
Oh, be damned. This is actually going to work, isn't it?
This is not gonna work.
Still going to kill you. But now we can both enjoy a mutual romantic subtext to the murder.
Hell yeah.
or not.
We love a little mutual romantic subtext in our murder.
She likes us. I've never
Oh.
been liked before.
Blush still glowing in her cheeks, the princess closes the distance between you, blades flashing. She skewers you. Ow.
Rude of her.
What worthwhile romance doesn't hurt?
Oh, hi, Smitten.
What matters is that she loves us. She's even said as much.
Okay, so those choices, we've summoned Smitten.
Oh, a new one of us. I thought that only happens when we die. Did we die?
I think we died.
You're on a... No, you're in a... Where the hell are you?
I think we're dead. And that's all we'll ever be. Dead, dead, dead.
So each
dead.
of the initial choices we've been given is going to summon another voice.
All of you. We might have died a second ago, but right now we're extremely not dead. This is all horribly wrong. How many times have you been here? This is 4. No wonder everything's such a mess. This wasn't supposed to go past 1.
I wonder what you're going to do next. You're so full of ideas, and I love that.
But I guess we don't have time to talk about things before the princess advances. Okay, whatever we do gets us another us. Let's see how many we can stack. There's got to be a point where it makes us better than her. As long as we keep moving. We'll win her heart eventually.
Thank you, Smitten.
Oh, great. So it's going to get even more crowded. Even more deluded voices that think we might stand any kind of chance.
Come on, show me something new.
Okay, this is gonna be cold. She has swords for arms and we don't. We're panicking. Doesn't work and she kills you again and again and again and again. Your memory blurs and as your consciousness leaps from life to life, holding only snippets of the conflict that transpires.
Just panic. Flee.
Hello, Paranoid.
Skewers you.
No, you don't get to escape. That's not how this works.
Well, there's more of us. Let's see if that helps. We just have to hit her harder. She skewers you.
You'll have to be trickier than that.
Then you skewer yourself.
Oh, let's beat her with a punch, alright.
I thought we both understood that dying doesn't get you anywhere.
Huh. That didn't do much of anything. We're tougher than I thought.
Thank you, Contrarian.
She's going to kill this body either way. So stop feeling what it feels. She skewers you.
Ooh, not bad. Real tough.
It doesn't matter how many times this takes, we can't give up. Okay, let's go again. Let's appeal to her better nature. We haven't tried that. I'm sure she'll listen to reason.
Oh, opportunist.
She skewers you. See? We're getting better. Okay, yeah. That was a good one. None of this is working. Think.
Is this what happens if we try and think of something better?
We're getting close to something. Can't you feel it? One last time. You're right. One last time. That's all we need. And then everything goes dark, and you die.
Mutually assured. Ooh, chapter 4. Mutually assured destruction.
Oh, don't lose your head. We're in a cabin, and we'll take it from here. Everything feels like it finally fits, doesn't it? We're up here, which is different, and different is good. And our steel claw is already in our hand.
It sure is.
Oh, what if we throw it out the window?
Not this time, Contrarian.
Over my dead body.
That won't be very hard. We've died a lot. But I can't say I mind anymore.
Besides,
Let's
what
cook.
better way to die so very many times than at the sharp hands of a beautiful woman.
Not the time, Smitten.
Sure, I can think of a better way to die. They're all the same, really. How about we stop thinking about horrible ways to die? I don't want us to accidentally manifest anything.
Real.
The only thing we're gonna manifest is finally ending up on top. There are entirely too many of you. How many times have you been here? This isn't good. This is... How about you stick to describing things, and we'll stick to doing them? Yeah, leave it to the pros. We'll notch up that win in no time. Narrator, we heroically stride through the door and towards our destined final encounter with our star-crossed lover.
Ignore the subtext, but right idea.
Why me? You walk to the door and onto the basement stairs, only it's more of a slide. We know. Fine, I'll just shut up then and speed this whole thing along.
Thank you kindly.
Sure you don't want me to describe the stairs, or this room, or anything? It feels like I'm hardly a part of this.
We've been at this for a while. Just let us cook.
Just want to win. Fine, you make your way to the basement, where the princess awaits you.
We're mashing the A button to skip through the pre-fight cutscenes. Skipping all your dialogue, narrator.
This last time I killed you, and you didn't pop right back up again? I thought I'd actually done it. I thought I'd cut you into so many pieces you just weren't able to stitch yourself back together. But I guess we're not done. That's okay with me. It's good even. I like that. I got something ready for you while you were gone. Do you want to see it? I'm not going to wait for an answer. I'm just going to show you. It's worth it though. Just you wait. And not for very long, because I'm going to do it right now.
Alright, let's see it.
You gonna say what she does? Do you want me to talk now? Well, yeah, she says she has something new. I want to hear about the new thing. Yeah, me too. I think I speak for all of us when I say that I would like to hear you describe her new thing.
If narrator doesn't describe the new thing, will she just not do it?
Really? Okay then.
Here we go. Now.
The princess
Oh, I hate
red
that.
Blooms of raw meat as it stretches and tears. And then it erupts.
Oh, I hate that. I hate that. This is... She's gone full Bankai. Oh, God.
A wave of blood and viscera, pieces of her splattering against the walls. All that remains in the center of the room is a skeleton of blades.
I am the bow of my sword.
Beats furiously in its cage of a chest.
I viscerally hate this.
Are you ready for what comes next?
Holy shit! She's gorgeous.
Absolutely divine.
I want to caress each and every sharp edge of hers.
Yes, behold the perfect woman.
Unrealistic female body standards.
Do you think we can throw her out the window?
I like the way you're
That
thinking.
looked painful.
I don't even see a window contrarian. And even Cold's acknowledging the pain
How
here.
is she still alive? Heart's still beating, that's all she needs. This is fake. This is all fake. That's all just made up. She doesn't even have a back anymore. How are we supposed to stab her in it?
Stab her in the ribcage, in the heart.
Just a sick joke. I hate existing.
Oh, mood.
We're screwed. I quit. I'm done. Forget it.
Was it them babble on for a while?
What just happened?
Oh, hello.
It's so quiet.
Oh, we're back here. Him too.
Something feels different about you. It almost makes me feel different. Like I should actually take this seriously for once.
Oh, wow, we forced them out, and now it's just us and her in the long quiet. Oh, wow. You do not act, and yet through that inaction, your body moves on its own. Princess strikes as you approach, but as her blow finishes its arc, you're already somewhere else.
You're incredible.
Your weapons clash against again and again. You and her entering a rhythm free of thought and free of self. There's only the dance, the ebb and flow, the shifting of the tides back and forth between you. The deeper you fall into your play, the faster your hearts pound and the faster the momentum volleys between you. Endlessly building crescendo and then an opening. Your blade strikes free of volition and hers strikes too. Both strikes are lethal. Neither of you will survive, but neither of you fear what's to come. This is a good ending. Ooh. Snatched. You do not get to see each other die. Nor will you ever. It's time for you to leave. Memory returns. You do so. Silence as you reach toward the glass. It is time for you to see what's in it. You have grown. Found yourself in the long quiet once again. To the cabin? You're at the cabin. Approach her.
Flickering lights and empty cityscapes become pockets of vitality and movement. I am more than I was before. Whenever you are ready, I will wipe your slate clean once again. Is a child the same as an infant? I am an unbroken pattern, but every vessel gives fresh perspectives and carves new avenues of expression. I am different, but I am the same.
Those sides of her are still uniquely inside, but... As a whole, she's becoming something. Let's skip through this and see if there's any... see any new dialogue we haven't seen before. Oh, do you have any thoughts on this vessel?
This one is a single-minded edge. She is cruelty, but she is also joy. She will make for a piercing heart.
I don't know if I want to give you that kind of... I don't know if I want to put,
She is exactly where she needs to be.
It's a concerning side of... concerning level of cruelty to put in your heart. But then again, counterpoint. God forbid we wouldn't have hobbies, right?
Gifts aren't what someone tells you to bring them. My joy is in seeing what you choose. There are no wrong answers, and every perspective illuminates my shadows and shares new secrets.
You have no preferences? Oh. Just show me what you'd like to see. Ready to go back.
I will long for your return, but it will give me time to reflect on what I am. We will meet again.
Everything goes dark, and you die.